দেখছেন সকালের বাংলাদেশ, সাথে আছি কলি এবং সুপার।
এবং বিরতিতে যাওয়ার আগে বলছিলাম একজন মানুষের সাথে আপনাদের পরিচয় করাবো যিনি বাংলাদেশকে বিশ্বের কাছে ভিন্নভাবে উপস্থাপন করবার জন্য এসেছেন। তার পরিচয়টা একটু পরেই দিচ্ছি, তবে একটু নামটা আপনাদের জানাতে চাই। ক্যারি প্যাটসালিস, তিনি এসছেন আমাদের স্টুডিওতে আজ, ট্রাভেল ব্লগার মূলত তিনি, এবং তার সাথে আমরা আজকের তার বাংলাদেশের এই আগমন এবং বাংলাদেশকে ভিন্নভাবে উপস্থাপনের বিষয়টি জানবার, আপনাদের জানাবার চেষ্টা করব। গুড মর্নিং।
গুড মর্নিং।
দো উই সে শুভ সকাল? That would be tough for you.
That would be very tough for me.
But good morning is absolutely fine.
Thank
So
you.
how are you, Carrie?
I'm very well, thank you. I have just literally arrived in Bangladesh as of last night, so this is very exciting.
That's very kind that you are already here for us,
Thank
for
you.
our invitation. So how's life? How are you doing?
Life is good. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be here. It's been 3 years since I visited Bangladesh, and it's lovely to be back. And I'm very keen to see how the country has changed in 3 years, but also to see a lot more of it.
একটু দর্শকদের উদ্দেশ্যে বলে দিন
একদম
ক্যারি।
একদম একদম ক্যারি এইবারই প্রথম না, এর আগেও বাংলাদেশে এসছে। আজ থেকে 3 বছর আগে বাংলাদেশে এসেছিল এবং 3 বছর পর সে আবার আসতে পেরে খুব আনন্দিত, উৎফুল্ল, কারণ সে তার কাজ নিয়ে এবার এসছে। একটা ভিন্নভাবে বাংলাদেশকে এক্সপ্লোর করতে চায় সে, সেই বিষয়টি আপনাদের জানাবার চেষ্টা করবো। সো ক্যারি, দ্য থিং আই ওয়াজ জাস্ট ডিসকাসিং উইথ ইউ বিফোর দ্য শো, apart from that, if I consider you as a professional, what would be a usual starting of your day if you're back in UK?
In the UK, so I am a video producer. I used to work in TV as a producer. Now I run my own company, a production company. So I start the day either on a shoot or usually in an edit, basically producing video content for companies now rather than TV.
Nice.
Lovely. So it's a busy kind of starting of your day.
It's busy.
With morning coffee or tea?
Do you know, I start my day normally with a coffee first, and then I move into tea.
Lovely.
Okay.
So it's a
Nice.
spike in the beginning, then it's a smooth kind of thing throughout the day.
Exactly.
So let us know about your work. That what brings you to Bangladesh this time?
Okay, so this time, since I came last time, 3 years ago, I started a travel blog. When I visited 3 years ago, I didn't run the blog, but I had the best time. We were with friends. It was wonderful. Since then, as well as running my own company, I also run this blog. And it makes complete sense to me to celebrate the country that really kind of kicked the idea of the travel blog off. I wasn't filming it before. I was here just with friends and just had the best time. So now I want to return and I want to capture the essence of the country and share it with my followers.
Lovely.
Perfect. Carrie, can you tell us that how did you become a travel blogger? I mean, like,
What inspired you?
what inspired you?
So I was traveling with my family. I have twin boys. I started.
What are their names?
Jake and Isaac.
Lovely.
Nice.
And I started traveling further afield, so beyond Europe, when they were 7. And we went to Bolivia. We went to the Amazon rainforest. And it was based on a children's book.
Wow.
And we'd been reading this book, and I said, wouldn't it be amazing if we go to the Amazon? And
How was it, by the way?
it was incredible.
Nice.
It was exactly like this book. And in this book, there was this story of these young children, and they survive a plane crash in the Amazon. And I said, you know what, let's do something crazy and
Don't
go.
tell us. You have passed the
Let's
vein.
go. It started because I took them to Bolivia. We went to the Amazon rainforest, and very shortly afterwards, our Bangladeshi friends in London invited us to come to Bangladesh. And we were loving seeing more of the world. So we came here. I was sharing the stories with my friends at home, and they basically said, why don't you start a travel blog? And that's how the whole thing started. So Bangladesh was a big influence in actually starting the blog.
Lovely. That makes us
Perfect.
even feel better that we somehow inspired you in becoming a travel
100%.
blogger. যেটা দর্শকদের একটু বলতে চাই, জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলাম আসলে কি করে কলি জানতে চাচ্ছিল কি করে সে আগ্রহী হলো ট্রাভেল ব্লগিং এর ব্যাপারে। প্রত্যেকের একটা ভিন্ন রকম গল্প থাকে। তার গল্পটা ছিল এরকম, তার যেহেতু দুটো সন্তান আছে, দুজনেই হচ্ছে টুইন বাচ্চা তার, জ্যাক অ্যান্ড আইজ্যাক, তাদেরকে সাথে নিয়ে একটি ছোটদের বই পড়া হতো, যেই বইটি ছিল অ্যামাজন রেইন ফরেস্টে ঘুরে বেড়ানো এবং একটা প্লেন ক্র্যাশ থেকে কি করে তারা সার্ভাইভ করলো পুরো গল্প সেই জঙ্গলে যে। তো মজার ব্যাপার হচ্ছে সেই বইটা যেহেতু পড়া হলো, তাদের একটা আগ্রহের জায়গা ছিল। ক্যারি তার সন্তানদেরকে বলেছিল যে ঠিক আছে, এই জিনিসটাই আমরা করবার চেষ্টা করি না কেন। তো সেখান থেকে আসলে ট্রাভেলিংয়ের শুরু, ফ্যামিলি সহ। তারপর বাংলাদেশে আসা হয়। যেখান থেকে আসলে মূলত ট্রাভেল ব্লগিং এর প্রতি সে আগ্রহী হয়েছে, কারণ বাংলাদেশের এই যে সৌন্দর্য, সেই সৌন্দর্য যখনই সে তার বন্ধুদের সাথে শেয়ার করেছে, তারা তাকে ইন্সপায়ার করেছে, why don't you do it regularly? I was just trying to translate. Anyways, coming back to the travel vlogging again, it's one of the most intense way of exploring a country, because whenever we are traveling, we are either concentrating on the places that we want to travel, or we are concerned about our own security. So considering these two things in your mind, and you're again filming, being a television producer and director, that becomes even more tougher for you, because you don't let things just go just like that.
No.
You don't do half-hearted things.
No.
So please share us the idea.
So as far as filming goes, I quite like to go with the flow, because I think particularly when you come to new countries, you don't want to plan out too much. Obviously, I know where I'm going to go, but as far as I think the thing for me is I really like to meet local people, and that's something that I'm excited to do in Bangladesh. But the best way to do that is just to go with the flow and see who you meet, and then gently film it. But you have to remember to put the cameras down. You have to remember to take in what's going on around you as well, because otherwise I'm basically viewing a country through the lens. So it is a balance, and you have to find the two. I push myself hard when I travel, I'm not going to lie, I do get tired. But that is also because if I discover a country I really like Bangladesh, I want to do a good job. I want to make sure that I capture your country really, really well and put it out there. So as I go through the next couple of weeks, my eyes will get smaller as I get more and more tired, because I'll be doing filming, but I will also put the cameras down.
Trust me, we have good coffee, auntie. That will help you
I'm
out a
looking
lot.
forward to trying it. I love chai, actually. Do you call it cha? Is
Cha.
it
Yeah.
cha?
Cha.
Cha.
Right, I love that. So I'm looking forward to trying that as well. But yeah, it's a balance. It's a balance, and you have to find that balance. But for me, because of my TV background, I'm all about the story. So I like to meet people, I like to find out about their story. One thing I've requested from the company that's assisting me to travel around Bangladesh is that it's really important to me to meet people, local people, find out their stories, find out about their lives as part of also the landscapes. It's not just about the landscapes, it's very much about the people.
Lovely. As you're traveling throughout Bangladesh, you'll get lots of people who would have interesting story of their own, like basically from different stake of life, different profession of life. You'll find a lot of people. Can we know a bit about your travel plan? What are the areas that you'll be covering?
Sure. So I'm going to spend a couple of days here in Dhaka. And then here I would like to experience local markets, like food streets, cafes, meet some people, just find out about daily life. And then I will be spending time at a homestay, I believe, which would be fantastic. So more village life, which would be great. And I really remember that from 2019 as something that was very enjoyable. Then I will be making my way up to Sylhet via Shrimangal. I've heard about a 7-layer tea, is it?
Exactly. 7-layer tea. There are even 14-layer teas.
Oh, sure. I am very excited to try the 7-layer tea and a bit of rainforest as well.
Yeah.
And then making my way on an overnight train all the way down to Chittagong and Cox's Bazar, St Martin's Island, and then back.
You don't have any plan of going to Sundarbans?
Not this time. Do
I
you
would
know
have
what?
suggested you a name, Mohsinul Hakim. He would have given you a proper trip throughout Sundarbans.
So here's the thing: we talked about it, and it was one of the options. But because I want to come back, this is not going to be my only trip to Bangladesh.
Okay.
And so I said to the tour guide, let's just look at the places, but let's not try and put everything into 2.5 weeks,
Yeah.
because I will be coming back. And he said, second trip, third, well, it will be my third trip. That's where
Well,
we'll
by
go.
then we can work out something at
Something.
least. Definitely we will work out something.
Definitely. বাংলাদেশের সাথে তার যে সখ্যতা, তার বাংলাদেশি মানুষের প্রতি তার যে প্রেম, সেই সব কিছু নিয়েই কিন্তু কথা হচ্ছে, এবং বাংলাদেশকে কিভাবে তিনি দেখাতে চান পুরো বিশ্বের মানুষকে, তার দেশের মানুষকে, সেই গল্পই আমরা শুনছিলাম।
আমরা ক্যারির সাথে যখন আলাপচারিতা ছিলাম, জিজ্ঞেস করা হয়েছিল যে কি পরিকল্পনা তার, কোথায় কোথায় যাবেন? যেমনটা তিনি বলেছেন ঢাকায় কিছুদিন থাকবেন, এরপর একটি পরিবারের সাথে গ্রামে যেয়ে কিছুদিন থাকবেন, গ্রামের জীবন দেখবার চেষ্টা করবেন, সেখান থেকে সিলেট যাবেন, শ্রীমঙ্গল যাবেন যেখানে চা বাগানে যে শ্রমিকরা আছে তাদের জীবন দেখবার চেষ্টা করবেন, সেখান থেকে তিনি যাবেন কক্সবাজার। এর মাঝেই জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলাম সুন্দরবন দেখবার পরিকল্পনা আছে কিনা, তাহলে আমাদের প্রিয় মানুষ মহসিনুল হাকিমকে আমরা অনুরোধ করতেই পারতাম একটু সুন্দরবনটা ভিন্নভাবে ঘুরে দেখাবার জন্য। তিনি বলেছেন যে এইটাই তার শেষবার না, এরপরেও তিনি আবার আসছেন, তাই যে 2.5 সপ্তাহ সময় নিয়ে তিনি এসছেন তাতে কোনোভাবেই তিনি ক্লামজি করতে চান না, কোনোভাবেই তিনি একদম আটসাট একটি পরিকল্পনা করতে চান না, যাতে যথেষ্ট পরিমাণে ঘুরতে পারেন। এই জন্য তিনি কিছু জায়গায় এবার শুধুমাত্র ঘুরে যাবেন, আগামীবার যখন আসছেন বাংলাদেশকে আরও ভিন্নভাবে তিনি এক্সপ্লোর করবার চেষ্টা করবেন। বেসিক্যালি I was just trying to translate what you just said as. So Carrie, then again coming back to your travel plan, places that you'd be visiting, what are the basic things that you'd be concentrating on? Like there is lifestyle, there is culture. What are the things that you'd be focusing?
Absolutely. So lifestyle culture, my main thing that I've said to the tour guide, Bengal Logistics, I've basically said that I want you to take me to meet as many people as possible doing their normal lives. So when I go to a new place, it would be about visiting the markets, the bazaars, the restaurants, but seeing how people work as well. So if I'm lucky, I will get to meet people that work in a garments factory, for example. Perhaps when we go to Sylhet, tea plantations. I want to find out what people do day to day here, because I think that if you understand that, you get more of a sense of a country. Exactly. And how people feel. So that's really important. So I would say it's less about the really big tourist sites. It's more about
how people live their life.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm keen to do.
Yeah, nice, absolutely. I would like to know that you have been very busy, that we get to know this thing. How do you balance your life, your traveling and then vlogging? How do you balance actually? It's a job to balance it. I mean, the thing is that I also have children, right? So the way I found balance was I started in TV before I had kids, but then when I was pregnant with my twins, for me, I knew that I really wanted to bring them up myself. And so it was probably crazy, but that's when I set my own company up, because my thinking was that I could work from home. That's what I did. I then had my twins. I started my production company and I worked from home, and I managed to spend time with them in the day, and then my mum came in and then I did some work, and then when they went to school it was the same thing. They'd go to school and I'd work like crazy from home, and then they would come home, I'd spend time with them, and then I'd work late at night. So it was really important to me to be a parent first. Since they've been getting older, I've been able to bring more things in. The travel blogging is a passion of mine. I love it. But it is hard. So for example, here in Bangladesh, my production company work will not stop. So I'll be filming in the day in Bangladesh. I will then go back to the hotel, and in the evening I will have to log on and do my own work. With them.
Yeah. And so it is a balance, and sometimes I feel like I push myself really hard when the kids are at school, and then I try and find time at the weekend, like half a day that's absolutely time with the children. But they're 14 now, so it's getting easier.
They're enough grown up to have their own life.
They don't want to be with me all the time.
Yeah.
And so as they're getting older, I'm getting a little bit more time back.
Yep.
But also they are amazing. They've done a lot of traveling with me, and they understand that it's what I love to do.
Yeah.
And so coming here, I said, how do you feel? Because I can see more and I can film more if I'm on my own. So in the year I balance it. I'll take them on a trip. And they're well travelled now. I'll take them on a trip, but I'm not allowed to film so much, because obviously I want to spend time with them.
To take care of them.
Right.
Yeah, and also just to spend that quality time.
Yeah.
Or else they would be complaining, Mom, you're here for your work only.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And because they've grown up with me in the filming world, they're not bothered by filming. Mom, stop filming. So there's that balance. But then equally, I said, for me, I really wanted to come back to Bangladesh, like so much for my blog. And I said to them, how do you feel? And they said, Mum, it's fine. We're at school, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, go. You
just don't worry, we'll manage.
Exactly. And they're with their daddy as well.
They're
so it's
14
fine.
now,
They're
so
14
yeah,
now. They have their own lives
They'd love
now.
to
Yeah.
have their own private time.
Yeah.
And the thing I was mentioning, Carrie, we have a very vibrant culture. Next time when you come, please try to visit here by April, first half of April, probably.
It will be hot like anything,
10-ish.
though.
This year it would be cold. This year winter would be extended till April, because in April we have Bengali New Year on the
He's
14th.
a bit
It's one of-
summer friendly, so
It's
don't
one
count
of
entire.
the most colorful. It's one of the most colorful time of the year.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
That is.
Carrie, you definitely have YouTube channel.
Yes.
How would we get to see your
Yeah.
video
So
content?
it's basically my name, Carrie Patsalis.
How do you spell it in English?
Carrie is Carrie,
I-E.
and Patsalis is Patsalis. Patsalis.
স্পেলিংটা আপনাদের জন্য দিয়ে দিলাম, নতুবা হচ্ছে খুঁজে পেতে একটু ঝামেলা হয়ে যাবে।
অসুবিধা না হয়।
চমৎকার একটা কাজ হয়ে গেল, আমিও খুঁজে বের করে ফেলতে পারবো।
এবং
So,
যারাই আছেন সবাই কিন্তু ক্যারিকে হ্যালো বলতে পারেন, কারণ হচ্ছে
একদম।
ক্যারি কিন্তু খুবই মানে
Welcoming একজন মানুষ।
ওয়েলকামিং মানুষ।
পথে ঘাটে কোথাও দেখা হয়ে গেলে
হ্যাঁ, দেখা হয়ে গেলে হ্যালো বলে ফেলবেন, অথবা যমুনার এই টেলিভিশনের এই শো এর যে কোনো একটা মাধ্যম টেনেই হ্যালো বলতে পারবেন। শি উইল বি অনার্ড অ্যান্ড ভেরি
she'd be very happy.
হ্যাপি টু গেট।
যেমনটা ক্যারি আমাদের বলছিল
হ্যাঁ,
যে
ক্যারি আমাদের বলছিল আসলে।
একটু জনসাধারণকে বলে দেওয়ার জন্য, যখন সে ফিল্ম করছে বাংলাদেশে শুটিং করে বেড়াচ্ছে, ঘুরে বেড়াচ্ছে, তখন হুট করে তার সাথে দেখা হয়ে গেলে ডু কাম আপ টু হার, তার কাছে এসে তাকে একটা হাই বলতে হবে।
একদম
And
হ্যালো
she'd be
বললে
very happy, কারণ সে অনেক বেশি লোকাল মানুষজনকে চিনতে চায়, তাদের জীবন ধারা জানতে চায়।
সেটাই জানতে চায়, সেটাই জানতে চায়। সো that's the thing, Carrie. You definitely have your whole plan that you have been shared with us. And how do you find yourself? I mean, like, how do you find yourself as a blogger in Bangladesh? Second time, you are already here, as you know, and in a show, so that you can explain things a little bit further that you want to share.
And now I would add a small supplementary question with that. Like, having a television career was one of the most comfortable thing that you can have. Having your own production line is one of the most comfortable thing you can have. Why become a travel vlogger?
Well, I just feel like it opens up your mind. Okay, so when you meet people from other countries and you understand more about how they live, how they think, it really is such a special thing to do. And also, I think the one thing I really enjoy doing as well is taking the stories back to the UK. Because people in the UK, you know, they might travel to Europe and they might have ideas about another country, which are actually quite small. So what they think of another country is not necessarily what that country is all about. And I really enjoy taking stories back and opening people's minds and getting them to consider traveling to another country, and also just to view a country in a different way. With Bangladesh, is not a country that people will maybe go every single year on their holiday to. They'll probably choose France or Spain because it's a lot closer. So to be able to take your lovely stories and show people what you're all about makes me really happy.
Lovely. I can give you 20 more seconds. What would be your suggestion for the new video vloggers who wants to come into travel vlogging? That's your camera.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
My suggestion would be just be yourself and tell the real stories, and don't try and script it. Don't try to make the story, to force the story. Just go with the flow.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you
Carrie
very much,
Patsalis.
Carrie.
That was wonderful having you on the show, and basically that was wonderful knowing another amazing positive person who would come to Bangladesh and would try to portray Bangladesh in a very positive way for the
It's my
outer
pleasure.
world. Because as long as we have people like you, it won't be a very tough thing for the world to know about our culture, the
It's my
pride
pleasure.
that we carry,
Yeah.
and the beauty that we have in every corner of Bangladesh.
Thank you very much for coming here.
Thank you.
And we are honored to get you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
দর্শক, এতক্ষণ যারা আমাদের সাথে যুক্ত ছিলেন, ক্যারি প্যাটসোলিসের সাথে আমাদের কথা হচ্ছিল। চমৎকারভাবে তিনি জানালেন বাংলাদেশ তিনি কি করে ঘুরবার পরিকল্পনা করেছেন, এবং এবার যখন আসছেন, আগামীতে যখন আসবেন, কি পরিকল্পনা তার। সবকিছুর মধ্যে যে বিষয়টি চমৎকারভাবে ফুটে উঠেছে, খুব সুন্দর একটি দেশ আমাদের, সেই দেশটাকে তিনি তার ক্যামেরার ফ্রেমে দেখাতে চান। তাই আপনাদের প্রত্যেকের কাছে আন্তরিকভাবে অনুরোধ, যখনই কোথাও দেখা হচ্ছে ক্যারির সাথে কাজ, যেহেতু পুরো বাংলাদেশ জুড়েই করবে, অবশ্যই একটা চমৎকার বন্ধুসুলভভাবে তার সাথে আপনাদের আলাপচারিতা হবে, তাকে তার কাজ করবার ব্যাপারে, ঘুরে দেখাবার ব্যাপারে আপনারা সহায়তা করবেন এই প্রত্যাশা রেখে আজকের মতো এখানেই বিদায় নিব। ভালো থাকবেন সবাই।
একদমই তাই, ভালো থাকবেন, সাবধানে থাকবেন, আর অবশ্যই অবশ্যই নিরাপদে চলাফেরা করবেন। শুভ সকাল।
শুভ সকাল।